What's up, my wonderful baby corn friends? Have you had baby corn? So yummy. I have 2 lottery ticket updates for you today. The first is CULT Dao. The second is going to be eHEX, specifically because eHEX, friends, is at a new low price zone. And I just want to update you on what happened. I know not everybody was following, but it is what it is. I can't really explain everything forever to anybody. You see, when it comes to eHEX, for example, friends, last year, see, what happened was we went through the low period zone. It kept DCAing. It creates big position. It snapped up for a day, got out. All right, basically got out. And then rotated into Pulse and PulseX and wherever it was around there, around that zone, and we're basically done with it. Now, the thing was, I didn't think Richard was basically going to take his 2 children out of the back and go, hey, eHEX. He puts a shotgun to his head, blows his brains out and says, don't worry, pHEX, you're my favorite child. I won't kill you. That's basically the effective thing of what people have interpreted him as doing. That's why you see these big fat capitulation candle in eHEX. Okay, so that's basically what happens. Actually, we'll start with just eHEX going on another on topic of it. So that's basically eHEX, what's been happening. Now, the facts are though, so the market is storing more value in Pulse versus pHEX. So PulseChain, the market is actually choosing to store more value. And, you know, people could ask why, but look, man, the market knows. It's not me. It's the market saying, well, we know that so pHEX needs PulseChain to survive. It needs it. Without it, Hex is finished. They know it, right? That's why PulseChain was built. But the other way around, okay? So if pHEX didn't exist, PulseChain's still here. The market knows that. Who needs who more? It knows pHEX needs to ride off the coattails of PulseChain more. Cycle 1 coin, new Ethereum. I mean, friends, even Richard Hart with his actions, he told you. What did Richard buy with the sacrifice funds? He bought Ethereum. He didn't buy half Bitcoin, half Ethereum. He didn't do like a ratio. He didn't buy any other store of value. Bang, full on Ethereum, all of it Ethereum. So it kind of tells you, okay, I want the layer 1 smart chain in a bull market. Now, when we continue with this though, just talking about eHEX, it's important because we're looking at the ratio. So why is something cheap? So people always say to me, well, is something cheap, friends? You're going to price it against other stuff. You got to look at relative value. That's why I show you these ratios. All these ratios that you do is, hey, something's cheap against something or expensive. All right. So that's why when I show you these, okay, yes, you try to find a range. You go, all right, well, you load down here. Yes, look at the thing, man. It went down and it kept going down. Well, you're just going to have to be willing to DCA more. That's it. Willing to DCA more. You had plenty of time to DCA a lot here. Get your average price here. You can get out here. You win pretty much. Now, here's the thing. Like, how much do you win? Well, let's say your worst case. Let's say your average price was here. You still get to get out here. I know it doesn't sound like much, but 30% worst case, right? If you're able to get down here, sell near this top on the day, you get 70%. Remember, you're trading a blue chip for a blue chip. So you make, what's 70%? What does that mean? It means you made 70% more Pulse. So if you converted 100 million Pulse and then bought eHEX at the low down here, if you converted 100 million Pulse, you did like 20, all the way, you collected 100 million and then you sold it up here. Remember, how much did you make? You made like 70%. So you would get back 170 million Pulse. Nice, right? Because you got to think, oh man, if Pulse goes really big, that's what happens. Now, it doesn't always work out so well if you don't get out the ratios when they come to the range fence. That's the thing, right? So it was moving around this range now. Snap! It just had bang! Richard Hart tweets all the way down 70%. So what I've just done is, on my post here, I've shown you, well, I think maybe there's just a new range established. And it is what it is. So why I draw these, friends, it's for me as well. Just in case the ratio drops even more and you have to DCA more. Just in case that happens, I'm happy to do it. Happy to do it. See ya. And then I'll eventually go pop. And you just got to be able to get out. Now, this exit is a 2x on Pulse. Okay, so just to confirm, friends, well, look, you know, just a lot of people, yeah, I told you I rotated all the pHEX and eHEX, a big aggressive amount. Not all of the friends, just super aggressive amount. And yeah, I had Pulse on PulseX. Now, look, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I did not think Richard was basically, like I said, going to take out his kid and basically just blow him in the back of the brains and say, don't worry, pHEX, you're the choice. I like you. You're going to be just fine, right? I didn't know I was going to do that. So, you know, it was easier for me to just say, well, PulseX, everything's going to go up. But now I'm looking at it differently. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to keep lying to everybody. Like, friends, I just told you the truth, okay? Is it me talking or is it the market talking? The market has clearly shown you that the market says, well, we feel more comfortable storing more money in PulseChain than pHEX. All right, pHEX 1.77 billion, PulseChain 2.8 billion. And we're going to see PulseX almost flip pHEX too. When that happens, what's your conclusion from that? You know, it was interesting, right? Somebody in the comment section, shout out to this, bless your heart. I know you're trying to FUD me and trying to throw soy on me. He's basically saying, I like all Richard Hart coins. How dare you say this or blah? I go, yeah, but you know, literally 100 days ago, 3 months, eHEX was a Richard Hart coin. You know, even like a year ago, oh, it's a Richard Hart coin back then. Now it's not because you don't want it. Basically, what, friends, you read between the lines. It's they went all in on pHEX. They're a pHEX Maxi. They're watching the market choose PulseChain and PulseX as Cycle 1 coins as things with real use cases, and it's getting disconnected. And now they're praying, Richard, please come and buy pHEX. Come and use all the funds. Just buy pHEX and revert the ratio. You know, somebody told me that they will do this, but look, I'll tell you how that ends out. You end up fighting the market. You end up fighting the market, friends. I can actually show you. I've seen people do this in the markets, and I'm sure Richard's even done it as well. He's learned, basically learned the hard way. So what I'm going to do is show you this. Guess what? Look, this is what happened. Perfect example. It exactly happened to you. See this wick? So pHEX, this is pHEX versus Pulse. Look how much it is David versus Goliath. This is when Wallet Deal won, friends. I took the other side of Wallet Deal won here. He is down 56%, okay? So look what happens happening, right? It's down here. Richard says eHEX is trash. pHEX is the king. There's a sugar rush reaction. Everybody comes and buys up here. Look at these. They're just getting pummeled. That's like that's huge. See this, friends? Rejection. It's almost like it's pre-programmed in here. So I'm expecting we go back to the launch ratio right here. Now, I don't know. Maybe people think we're going to go like this. All right, sweet. If you go up here, I probably think people are going to exit pHEX again, and then in the next wave, it'll eventually come back down anyway. Many people believe, friends, that this thing's just going to go up forever. That's what everybody's playing for. They go, ah. By the way, no one expected this. Everyone believed, yes, HEX is going to keep storing the value. But look, man, tell me store of value all you want. The market's treating you like a DeFi altcoin. And it's not me saying, I'm telling you, it's down 95%, more than 95% after 3 years. So if you were a store of value, you would not have dropped 99% and you would be rallying with Bitcoin because Bitcoin broke the all-time high. Why is HEX still 20x away from it? So it's just kind of showing you it's more like a DeFi altcoin. Okay, now looking at this ratio, if it does go down here, I mean, that's big, right? It's another 35% loss. If that happens from the top, that means you've lost 72% money. Basically, it's like almost 4 to 1. That means basically you've cost people money by being a pHEX Maxi by doing that. But like I said, friends, send eHEX to 0. Send it to 0 right now. Beautiful. Get everyone to capitulate. So that's completely fine by me. Just telling you, you know how this world works. Karma works, friends. I put good stuff out into the world, okay? And good stuff comes my way. When people come out and try to FUD one of Richard Hart's coins, this is what disgusted me the most. There is a mother out here. There's people out here who did eHEX stakes. I didn't do them. They did them. Now they've lost all their money because they trusted Richard Hart in their words, okay? And now the community is trying to gaslight them, calling him stupid, saying, well, you should have done pHEX. The master said you should have done pHEX. So I don't like that. You know what? You're basically telling everyone, trust the code, do your stakes and chill out. Day one. Okay. Next day you come and tell them, wait a minute, you've got to have Richard Hart on a Twitter alert system. That's actually what you got to be watching. You should have known this was going to happen. You know that the game is like this, friends. That's why, that's why Satoshi didn't even have any real features in Bitcoin, because he just knew we needed a store of value to be simple, easy to understand, nothing changes. It is what it is, okay? So putting all that aside, though, you have to see these things fleshed out. Now, I'm long eHEX, and what's interesting, so just to confirm, friends, I already got out of the eHEX. We already binked it on the trade. We made more pulse out of it. That was beautiful. While everyone called me a poopy head, congratulations. Okay, now pHEX is getting murdered. I said, you want to send bad stuff out into the world, and you want to basically choke out everybody holding eHEX and calling him stupid for listening to Richard Hart earlier. Well, it's going to come back to haunt you. Mark my words, it will come back to haunt you. PulseX is probably going to flip pHEX. What are you going to tell people? Hey, you should get into this for long-term store of value. Okay, and they're going to ask you, all right, why is PulseChain worth more? Why are people storing more value in PulseChain? There's not even any staking in it. What about PulseX? Why are people storing more value in a DEX? They're going to ask you those questions. What are you going to tell them? I know what I'm going to tell them. Well, it's a cycle 1 coin, and you know what I mean? Market's not treating it like a store of value. I'm sorry people onboarded you and told you that narrative. It is what it is. But you know what I mean, friends? Look, if you want to go change your words and tell people that, go, well, sorry, you should have listened to Richard, or you didn't listen. Like, you're trying to onboard people. You have to be very open and welcoming to different mindsets with these, okay? So this thing, though, is trading completely one-on-one. And we have the ratio here. Remember, friends, this is beautiful. This is beautiful to see. So what I love is when people allow us the most, there's actually the most opportunity. That's beautiful. So very, very simply, okay, I'm long here in this rectangle. And even if it goes down, sweet. By the way, zero's here. Sweet, you can go down and down, down. I don't really care. Go down. I don't really mind. I'll just DCA more. So sweet. Okay, in here, if you want to go down here, sweet, I'll DCA more, just like we did before. I would like to exit up here. All right, now, maybe not particularly all of it, all the way up here, but exit along the way, and it's about a 2x on your Pulse, which is worth a lot, by the way, because if Pulse is going to do 10x versus Ethereum, throwing a lottery ticket into something like eHEX at this price, by the way, today's price ratio, throwing a lottery ticket into that can get a 2x on Pulse, you're going to get 2 times 10, bang, 20 times return on your ETH. Woo! That's like if you converted, let's say you converted 1 Ethereum into eHEX. Now you have eHEX. When you sell it, friends, when you sell it back into Pulse, you get a certain amount of Pulse, and then you hold that Pulse until the end of the bull market, my target, and then you'll get 10x on your ETH. So you put 1 ETH in, then you're going to double it. Now you have 2 ETH. Sweet. Then you're going to hold that to the very, very end. You have 20 ETH. Think about that. In Ethereum today is like $4,000. You turn 4 grand into 200 grand. Okay, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful, friends? 200 divided by 4. Wow, that's a 50x. Woo! That's beautiful. Crazy. That is a 50x if Ethereum goes to $10,000, right? Wow. And remember, Richard Hart said Bitcoin 240K, which means Ethereum worst case is 12K, and then normal case is 24K. $24,000. That's big, right? So you can see how lucrative it is. That's why what I do is I draw these big signs to show you, hey, you're not meant to go all in and like not panic or anything. You know, you could always go down here. I like how it closed down here and there was no wick. That was really important, okay? Just to give you some like tricks for like trading. If we go back to eHEX, friends, on the chart, okay, if we go back to eHEX, this is the thing. You see how eHEX capitulated big time here, but then it got bought up on the wick. And then the wick gets eaten. You see that? But this one, it's just like, bang, capitulation. The level got broken. Snap. Here it is right now. So, look, it doesn't even matter, man. Okay, you want to go back down here, sweet, whatever, and then beautiful. You know, as the ratio disconnects, like, you just got to think about, it doesn't even need to be liquidity bonded, by the way. Because I want to ask you this. Like, there are many coins, I give you examples. You don't need the real liquidity bonding. That just helps automatically. People see, friends, there's manual correlation. People see, oh, Ethereum's high, let me go buy this stuff. There's no liquidity bonding with these new poop coins, for example. People go and buy them, so that could be spiritually linked. So that's my first, obviously, lottery ticket is eHEX here at this new price here. It's great. The goal is to try and make 2x on Pulse. But hey, even if you only make 50% on Pulse, that's still cool. It's a lottery ticket. So 300 million market cap, it is what it is, okay? And I just want to remind you that I know the community says Richard Hart caused it. And I know because he tweeted and it did that. But the truth is, friends, the ratio was probably always going to go down here. Okay, that's the truth. The ratio was always destined to down here. You know, the market always goes to where it wants to go. So maybe it went there too fast. It was meant to be gradual, but he basically, that's why Richard Hart said, hey, the market already chose anyway. Bang, you know what I mean? That was just such a shock for everyone. He's trying to like shock everyone. So it is what it is. That's why I don't criticize him. He wants to do that move, whatever. Okay, so more opportunity for me. Everyone's crying. Sweet, we'll be buying. Now, let's continue with CULT. Also, friends, yes, I've got to quickly remind you, a lot of people get confused. To buy this chart, okay, look, just buying eHEX means you're long that chart. You don't need to rotate Pulse into it. You can if you want, but you don't need to. The chart ratio just shows you how cheap something is versus something else. It doesn't give you an actual product. Do you understand? You can buy, for example, eHEX with USDC if you want. Remember, you can buy eHEX on PulseChain, friends. There's actually people in my Telegram. Shout out to, I think, Joey. Joey didn't know, right? Jojo didn't know that you can buy eHEX on PulseChain. Sir, where have you been? That's literally where everybody's been playing it. I've got to throw you another game theory as well before it. people have sold eHEX down here, friends. This is game theory. Because the people have sold eHEX down because they said, okay, you can't stake HEX 15 years, so it's worth 0. So what I'm doing is, I'm like, wait a minute. I think you're wrong. I think the crowd is wrong. I think you don't need to stake HEX for 15 years for it to have value. I think there is mind share. I think there is a first mover advantage. I think it being close to the Ethereum guardrails, basically all of Johnny Case's talking points, I think all of those are still true. I think they're all still true. And that's basically what it comes down to. I think the market has overreacted. That's why you get long, right? Like, I think, oh, buy the fear. Like, you guys believe that no one's going to buy this coin because you can't stake for 15 years. Well, guess what, friends? I can see sharks. I can see all the pHEX Maxi sharks circling. They don't have all these long-term stakes. They got plenty of liquid to dump. Plenty of liquid to dump at 10 cents, 20 cents, wherever it hits. Okay, so you can actually see it on chain. You can see all of these. So I'm like, wait a minute. Why is that appropriate for you, but eHEX isn't? So, but remember, that's today's snapshot. It takes a while for the market to kind of figure these things out. That's why the opportunity arises. That's why I'm not here to explain to everybody, oh, I don't really care what you do. Sweet, more money for me. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. Now, friends, CULT Dao is actually on the move up. That's what I want to tell you, right? CULT Dao, see these 3 green candles here? It's actually on the move up. Now, it's not 23x from here, but look, I should show you right now. The CULT ETH chart is most important, right? This is CULT ETH. It's actually the green candle right here. So it's in the buy zone. All right. That's why we're friends. Why are we friends? I'm the only person making YouTube videos who gives you a freaking giant rectangle that says, this is my buy zone. Don't touch above it. Don't touch above it. Let the momentum players play it. I don't get it. Just give me depression prices only, please. Look what I did. Straight depression here. Okay. But by the way, here, all the way here, that's a 4.7x. If it goes back here, friends, that is a 9x on your Ethereum. And if it goes back to the top, sweet 12x on ETH. That's beautiful. But wondering like, hey, isn't PulseChain going to do that much? Yeah, but might do it at the very end. What if the bull market goes for another year and a half? We don't know that. What if Richard has to buy up the bags after Ethereum has topped in a year and a half? There you go. That basically means everything else is going to go first. Everybody suffers into the end. He goes up, and then you got to have to take profit. Otherwise, it's a 4-year reset. That's pretty much what it means if you're like just thinking about it logically. Okay, so I have CULT Dao, the chart here, friends, and very, very important. I made 100x on CULT. I made 100x on CULT, and then all the influencers started shilling the top. They're saying this is the buy of a lifetime. And I was like, warning, warning. I'm 100x on side. No, it's not the buy of a lifetime. I am getting the F out. And guess what that was? Oh, yeah, have a guess. See you later. Thank you very much. I got out here. I was scaling out the whole way, friends, but I did get out here. And then I tweeted everybody. And guess what? Everyone came at me. This is the funny part. CULT Dao didn't exist a month before. That literally, they were new. And all the CULT Dao community was coming calling me a fudder. Like this CULT Dao, I was like, wow, you guys are really, really strong. I'm sorry, but you just went 320x from the low. I made 100x on you. What are you talking about, man? See, friends, have you noticed the pattern? Have you noticed the pattern? eHEX goes down, everybody crying. There's opportunity. CULT Dao went up 100x, everybody crying, saying, you're fighting, you're fighting. There's opportunity to exit. You see that? You see that? It's the same game over and over again. Luckily for you, I have literally the mental fortitude of a brick and cement wall, okay? And the pointiest elbows you can ever imagine, just to kill the backs, break the backs of the bears with these pointy elbows, friends. Not everyone can do this, okay? Because you're listening to everybody's opinions and you think they know what they're talking about, but realize you're like, hey, if you're so smart, why don't you want a yacht right now, huh? If you're so smart, why aren't you so rich? That's another thing to think about when it comes to these, okay? But don't misconstrue that as well, because you can take it the wrong way. Okay, now, CULT. I've already made my lottery ticket about it. I'm just reminding you, it's turning up. That's right. So I have made a lottery ticket video about it. It's just turning down here, slowly turning. It's beautiful, man. If this does a nice pop, sweet. So big things about CULT Dao, secret insider information. Kyle Chassé. So Kyle Chassé, the owner of Paid Launchpad. That's right, Paid Launchpad. Remember, I'm doing, friends, VVV Launchpad with Sean, and I'm doing Paid Launchpad, okay? Both respectable launchpads, if you can do them. Now, Kyle Chassé is one of the biggest holders of CULT Dao, if not the biggest, I think he said. He's what they call a guardian. Now, who else is a guardian is Davey Soy Hoffman. Shout out to Davey Soy Hoffman. I know, because you blocked me. So you're always going to be Davey Soy Hoffman to me, friend. So I used Davey to call the bottom of Bitcoin. Thank you very much, because it was crying on camera. Thank you. And that's where we made the GIF, friends, the emoji GIF here. Also, Davey Thank you to you. You and Ryan. Okay, I have to make another name for Ryan. He blocked me as Moy. So Ryan Sean Adams, Ryan Soy Adams. So Ryan Soy Adams and Davey Soy Hoffman. They hinted on Bankless Show. God bless them for doing this. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. They hinted that, hey, something's going on with this CULT Dao thing. They basically just did that. And I'm like, wait a minute. You guys don't do shilling. So if you guys are mentioning something, I better look at this. I went in. I wish I went way harder, friends. It was the end of the bull market pretty much. And then it popped up 100x. I was like, oh my gosh. That's why I respect Bankless for that. I know a lot of people are like, what's going on? But yeah, man, friends, you got to look at the good side of anyone here and there. Okay, so it's really, really good to see that. So maybe they will never find this message because they hate everything about Richard Hart and stuff. But I'll see you at the top, friends. So looking at CULT Dao and this opportunity here, it's an investment DAO. I haven't really keeping too much about it. You know, the actual anonymous crypt around the world. I think they like it. I think there's some people affiliated with it. There's like these insiders here and there. And it is what it is, okay? So it's rounding up. You have to buy on Ethereum though. Sorry, gas fees are high. It is what it is, friends. Ethereum's New York real estate. It really is. If you tell me, I would never pay $2 million for an apartment. Okay, well, guess what? Move out. There's 1,000 millionaires who would buy an apartment for $2.8 million in New York because it's in New York. That's it. It is what it is. It's very expensive, decentralized block space. So there you go. 2 lottery tickets. CULT Dao. I've already spoken about it at the low. It's starting to curl up. That's why I'm just telling you, it's starting to curl up. I don't know. Pack your bags. Maybe it goes up more. I don't know how high it's going to go. I have no idea. Not financial advice. eHEX just had the capitulation, friends. And once again, eHEX, it can still have the more panic capitulation things lower. It can do that. However, I just like it now. Sweet, it's cheap against Pulse. I like its range. It is what it is. You just have to wrestle with yourself. So if you notice though, let's say CULT Dao, let's say CULT actually did like a 10x from here. Okay, if CULT did a 10x from here, a pop-up, what I will be doing, I'll rotate half PulseX. Easy. No questions about it. And I'll just probably farm ink with it. It is, just leave it in. Ratio is what it is, okay? Expecting it to pump up further. So another thing you can do is to do pHEX. But like I said, friends, if eHEX people want to send, so if the pHEX maxis want to send bad karma around the world, then you're gonna have to deal with the reality. Like, no, if you're meant to be, okay, look, best example, okay, you've got a car, you tell me it's the fastest car in the world. Sweet. I've got a skateboard, it's faster than your car. Either your car sucks or I've got the best skateboard, don't I? Pretty cool skateboard. Well, guess what? Your car's pHEX as a store of value, and my skateboard is PulseX and Pulse. You know what I mean? They're going up faster in the bull market. So it is what it is. You're going to have to wrestle with that yourself. Now, you could just say, hey, buy everything, don't gamble on the ratios. That's what I was saying last year here and there. But, friends, I'm talking to you. You're all shaken up. You saw eHEX drop 74% in a day because Richard said, I abandon. Pretty much. I know he didn't really say that. He goes, I like pHEX more. I like pHEX more. It's everybody else clicking sell. It's not him. So it's shocked everybody. It's literally the example I told you. The father took his 2 kids out to the backyard. He says, pHEX, you're my favorite child. Gets a shotgun, moves the crosshairs to the eHEX, blows his brains out. Blood and guts everywhere. He's like, don't worry. You're the chosen one still. Don't worry. Like, it's literally just a craze. That's what everyone's saying. They're like, oh, you know what I mean? Because everybody's wrestling. Well, I told you, friends, the community is the asset, not the code. Everybody's saying the code. Okay, well, what about the market saying that PulseChain is worth 2.8 billion, but pHEX is only worth 1.8 billion? So it is what it is, okay? You're just going to have to tell your friends and family. Like, I want you to think about your friends and family. So I would be rotating into Pulse and PulseX because it's sweet. I don't even care if the ratio comes back down. I'll keep buying. I don't mind. Just want you to tell your friends and family something for yourself. Okay? They're trusting you to figure stuff out because not everyone is like really in tune with crypto. After the events you kind of saw with everything and how volatile things are, do you have more trust or less trust? I want to ask you that. I know your answer is going to be less trust. It makes me feel weird, uncomfortable. I have to, the other Hex influencers, God bless you. I've seen you guys. Friends, I don't know if you guys watch. I watch all of yous. Yous are all contradicting each other. I watched your videos last week. Before Richard tweets, you say one thing. After Richard tweets, hey guys, this is a new thing here and there. You know, it looks, the community, I know what they're doing. I know what you're doing. Oh, God bless you. I know what you're doing, but it is what it is. I know exactly what they're doing. You have to do that, though. You can't go against the commander. You can't. In an army, you can't go against the leader. You can't bag out the president. You can't bag out Satoshi. You can't bag out Vitalik. in XRP, you can't say Brad Garlic Breath. How come you keep dumping, bro? You can't say that. If you're in Polkadot, you can't say Gavin, get a haircut. You can't say any of these, friends. I completely understand it. But at the end of the day, guess what? You are responsible. You know why? You feed people, not you guys, friends, listening, all these other people who like have a voice and stuff. They're feeding you and me narratives, right? They're feeding us narratives and they want you to swallow it. Now, most of the time, it's because they've swallowed the Kool-Aid themselves. But I want to ask you this. What do you think about this past 3 years of the bear market? Okay, because pretty much the bear market's still happening here and there. People still in denial of the alt season. Okay, do you want to live through that again? Okay, I know what you're saying already. No, I don't want to live through that again. People are begging me to pay me $1,000 an hour to like, please mentor me, please mentor me, please mentor me. Calling me every day. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not replying, friends. I love you all. I'm not doing it because I know what they want. They're like, I don't want to miss the top. I don't believe any narrative. They're all lies. They're all lies. They're all lies. I know what you're saying. I'm saying, hey, yes, they're all liars, but guess what? It's still too early. It's still too early. Let's let belief, optimism, thrill, euphoria, let's let that play out. Don't worry. When you're euphoric, I'll tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, man, put your pants back up, put the jelly beans back in the jelly bar. Time to pack up and go home. Okay, but we're not there yet. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget, it loves to catch you soon.